Previously, spawners. Today, attack and damage. Hello, welcome. So, last time we made the spawners that can bring units to life and give them purpose. But since attaching the script, aka the brain, to the units dynamically, a small issue occurred which I gracefully ignored. Since the units no longer have a script by default, the exported variables, aka stats, become useless. What I mean is, I can't access script variables from the scene editor if the scene does not have the script attached to it in the first place. Still confused? It is like picking an ice cream flavor in front of a closed shop with no menu. Is it a good analogy? I don't know, but let's move on. So we need a way to keep a menu for the shop to display when it opens. Or, in this case, we need a different way for storing the stats for each unit. For now, I'll stick to the simplest solution I can think of, which is to add a basic node to the unit scene with a script containing all the stats data. Now, whenever a unit is initialized, it just needs to access the data node and get the ice cream. We should be able to see it working the same, but now with modified HP for one of the units. Let's take a look. That is progress. However, this is still not a functioning system. If we look at this scenario, we observe weird behavior. Not what we might expect. They damage each other once and go on with their lives. Now, I could make all the units collide with the world and each other, but it would apply between any two units, creating another weird display. So let's scrap this idea, and instead make the units stop when there is an enemy in range. For that, I need to introduce the concept of state machines.
State machines.
A state machine is basically a collection of states with some inner logic which determines how to transition from one state to another according to certain inputs. For our case, let's say we have a state for walking and a state for attacking. We start with the walk state, which means move to the right. We continue walking until an enemy is detected. Then, we transition to the attack state. Once there are no enemies nearby, we transition back to the move state, and you get the picture. To keep track of enemies, the unit will have a dictionary of all enemies within the hitbox area. This way, The attacking unit can alert the attacked units that they have been hit and should reduce their health. Come to think of it, it does make more sense for the attacker to say, "I hit you now," instead of the one being attacked saying, "Go on and hit me now." So as I was saying, we want the hitbox to detect enemies and transfer the input to the state machine in order to change the state. Unfortunately, I had a tiny problem while connecting the signal from the hitbox to the unit script. I think this is a good learning opportunity. Can you tell what I did wrong here? The problem here is the target method. It must be a string for the parser to be able to identify it. Be mindful when you copy and paste. I sure was. I have another problem. The units pass by each other without transitioning to the attack state. So not only do they keep moving, but they also never damage each other. It took me some time, but I figured out what was wrong. I am now using the hitbox to detect hurt boxes instead of the other way around. Then I would need the hitbox to be detecting and the hurtbox to be detectable. But I turned off those properties because reasons. Anyway, now it looks to be working as expected, for the most part. Well, it was working as expected, but it still looks silly. We should improve that.
Next, damage system.
In order to make the units damage each other, the change health function of the target needs to be called. For now, I call the function directly, but I probably should use signals to do this in the future. We would also want to add cooldown to the attack, or the units might die too quickly. In addition, I made a couple of small visual improvements. I made a small, random vertical offset to create the illusion of depth. I created a simple blood particle effect to be emitted when units take damage. Check this out. There seems to be an issue with the particle effect. It looks like the particles are emitted only when a unit is hit for the first time. The particle is set to one-shot, so it would emit once and not continuously. I changed the emitting property from code, when a unit is hit, to emit the particles, but like I said, it doesn't seem to work. I don't know why it didn't work, but restarting the particle instead solves the issue. See for yourself. That was some good progress in the damage department, but that is all I have to show for now. So thanks for being here, and see you later.